Welcome to First Class Horror. In this episode, we explore the tale of a mythical vanishing island off the coast of Ireland. Imagination merges with reality, where the island of Hy Brasil is remembered in both travelers' records as well as in certain legends. Ireland could indeed have its own version of Atlantis. Hy Brasil is a phantom island which appears in many Irish myths. In Celtic history folklore, this island country takes its name from Brasil, the High King of the world. However, as the Atlantic began to be more thoroughly explored, the name of Hy Brasil may have been attached to a real place, providing some evidence that attached itself to the Irish myth. Hy Brasil was noted on maps as early as 1325, when Genoese cartographer Dall'Orto placed the island west of Ireland. On successive sailing charts, it appears southwest of Galway Bay. Both St. Berend and St. Brendan found the island on their respective voyages and returned home with nearly identical descriptions of Hy Brasil, which they dubbed the Promised Land. A Catalan map of about 1480 labels an island as Ilha de Brasil to the southwest of Ireland, where the mythical place was supposed to be. Expeditions left Bristol in 1480 and 1481 to search for it, and a letter written shortly after the return of John Cabot from his expedition in 1497 reports that land found by Cabot had been discovered in the past by the men from Bristol who found Hy Brasil. The most distinctive geographical feature of Hy Brasil is that it appears on maps as a perfect circle, with a semicircular channel through the center. The central image on the Brazilian flag, a circle with a channel across the center, was the symbol for Hy Brasil on early maps. The circular perimeter of the island was confirmed by both Saints Berend and Brendan, who separately walked the shore to determine where the island ended, but never found it. One of the most famous visits to Hy Brasil was in 1674 by Captain John Nesbitt of Kellybigs, County Donegal, Ireland. He and his crew were in familiar waters west of Ireland when a fog came up. As the fog lifted, the ship was dangerously close to rocks. While getting their bearings, the ship anchored in 3 fathoms of water, and 4 crew members rowed ashore to visit Hy Brasil. They spent a day on the island and returned with silver and gold given to them by an old man who lived there. The last documented sighting of Hy Brasil was in 1872, when author T.J. Westrup and several companions saw the island appear and then vanish. This was Mr. Westrup's 3rd view of Hy Brasil, but on this voyage he had brought his mother and some friends to verify the island's existence. Regardless of the name or location, the island's history is consistent. It is the home of a wealthy and highly advanced civilization. Those who visited the island returned with tales of gold-roofed towers and domes, healthy cattle, and opulent citizens. The lore of Hy Brasil is equally fascinating. For example, it is shrouded in fog or perhaps beneath the ocean and appears only briefly once every 7 years. The island has been visited by many people for centuries, with many people dubbing it the Promised Land. The island can no longer be seen on any maps in recent history. Whether or not the island exists, or ever existed, is still hard to tell. But the mythical and real accounts of the island are hard to deny.